Hi, everyone. All of you out there in YouTube, thank you so much for, watching my videos and also your comments. I really appreciate them. I even get on occasion some emails and things from you guys. So you know what? I really appreciate it more than you perhaps can know. Today, I wanted to talk a little bit about energy, how we are connected, and the power of prayer. And this comes about today because I saw a comment on social media earlier that where the person said that you can pray all you want, but it does no good. And that I know where the source of that statement came from. It came from a place of pain. And many of you might feel that as well. So this individual had somebody very close that passed from cancer, and we had all prayed for that individual, and she did transition due to cancer. But first, we're going to start about how we are connected, and then we'll wrap back into the power of prayer. Okay? So as a medium, I help a lot of people connect to their loved ones on the other side. I also talk often about how you are still connected with your loved ones on the other side. And the beauty of that, how can that be? Because we're here in the physical form, we have our bodies. When people are here, it feels tangible. There's a little more denseness to how we feel one another, right? When you have somebody come into your home, whether it's your children or your spouse or other family members, you know what that energy feels like. Each person has a different energy about them, don't they? We feel that. That's a form of connection. Whether they are saying something or not, you may pick up when somebody's a little bit off, or trying to hide their feelings about things. You're picking that up through energy, the connection you have with them. Sometimes, you may feel that with somebody who is not living close by, right? It could be friends, it could be family. What if they're in another city, town, state, country? That connection remains. And you might just get that feeling about them. You feel something was a little bit off. So you want to check in on them. Well, that's an energetic form of connection. You've heard this mentioned a lot. Somebody pops into mind and then they call at the same time. That's an energetic form of connection. So we can experience that here very much and explain it, right? It feels easy to understand and explain it. And then one of your loved ones goes to the other side, and maybe you don't always feel their energy. Maybe you feel the presence sometimes when they're around. Maybe you just know when they're around. Perhaps you have something drop into mind that would be something that they would say. Sometimes you get a sense of smell that reminds you of them, right? These are all connections that are done through energy. They don't have a physical body on the other side, but that doesn't make them any less of an individual. Thank goodness. Isn't it nice to be able to still be connected with them? Isn't it nice to get their signs, whether it's small? Isn't it nice to sometimes just maybe feel like they're there, even though you're not sure? I'm here to tell you, when you feel like that, they are there. But it is a lighter connection, isn't it? It doesn't feel as dense, like as solid as though you have somebody in the next room in your home. It's a little bit lighter, but it's still an energetic connection. Energy can travel anywhere. Energy doesn't break. Your whole family can feel connected to one person on the other side at the same time. It's pretty miraculous that they can do that, but it's energy. So energy can travel far. Now, that same energy has us all connected to each other everywhere. Now, at times, you might feel, I'm not connected to anyone. Well, some people find a connection to nature. They pick up the feeling of nature. There's energy in nature. It's an energetic connection. Some people feel more connected to animals. Well, animals also have energy associated with them, don't they? They have their different personalities, right? And you can feel that kind of energy. You may not always be able to put it into words, but it's a connection with energy. You may go into a store. Sometimes you might feel like, oh, this store always uplifts me. There's an energy about the store. Sometimes you might go into another place and think, I don't really like it there. I don't know why. Well, it's an energy that doesn't match you, but it's still picking up something energetically. It's why you feel drawn to a house, a neighborhood, a community, because the energy matches yours. But those energetic connections can be spread far. Think about it. If you feel connected to a community, can that community not be out globally? A type of church, a type of spiritual practice, a commonality amongst you through your hobbies or work. There's a familiarity feeling about these things that you know. Sometimes we admire or want to be connected to individuals globally. You know, social media does that for us, right? We get it through TikTok and Instagram and YouTube and Facebook. And you might have groups that you have joined there. And any one of these that has you feel like, I'm part of this. And yet you're not all in the same place, but you feel an energetic connection, right? People can be all over the world in these groups and you feel connected. So we take that out just one step further. If you think about it in this way, those that you're connected to in certain groups or things, and that extends out to people all over the world that have the same feelings and thoughts about what you're interested in, something you can relate to. You're connected energetically, though, right? Understanding the broad, general way that we can be connected, it matters. So now let's bring the prayer into it, because you're going, Amy, where are you going with this? Right? Remember the start of the story I told you at the beginning? The reason I wanted to do this video in the first place was because a person said they didn't believe in prayer. We all prayed for her and she still died of cancer. Yes, that's true. We all did pray. And yes, she did die from cancer. Did most of us feel that the prayer was wasted? No. Did some of us feel let down? Yes. Were some of us disappointed? Yes. Now, let me share from the spirit world's point of view and what I have come to understand as a medium. We may not have seen the tangible changes we wanted to see within this person with cancer. But what I have learned is the soul received all of those vibrations from the prayer, all those waves of love the soul received. Outwardly, we may have seen her being very uncomfortable. At the soul level, a sense of peace was occurring. A sense of support was happening. Is that something we could necessarily see? No. But we can't always see energy either. I cannot begin to tell you how many people on the other side have shared with me, these are my experiences, that they were contending with dementia, or they've had a stroke, or a head injury, or some other physical body ailment that prevented them from communicating with the way they wanted to. And yet they could feel the love being sent their way. They could feel when different people were around them. They could tell those that brought them up and those that perhaps made them feel a little more down or a little more agitated. It's because of how we presented with our energy with them. Okay, so it is felt, but maybe not always seen outwardly in a way that you can see it. Now, this isn't easy. This is not easy. Okay, it is not. We want to have the power of prayer and see the change happen. This is how we're built as people. We want to be able to do something. We want to be able to help anyone at any time that is close to us. Maybe we want to help after tragedies in our communities. We're built naturally. Maybe we want to be able to help somebody in our family in certain ways. And this is where prayer comes in, because sometimes we don't have the financial capabilities. Sometimes we don't have the physical capabilities. Sometimes somebody is far from us. Or maybe you've moved from your hometown, but there's been an event in your hometown that you feel tied to. And maybe you can't get there to help. And maybe you're not able to provide financial assistance. And so maybe you feel a little bit helpless. But what do many of us do when we come together in difficult situations? We send prayer. Now, you might think we've communally prayed before. It doesn't matter what type of prayer you do. It's about the intention. It's your own way. There's not a right or wrong way to pray. You don't even have to call it prayer. You can send it in your mind. I wish you all of the best, and mean it. That can be a prayer. You don't have to call it a prayer. The intention here is not to tie it to a specific religion or belief. I use that word because most of us understand it, but it is your way. There's no right or wrong here. It's about intention. And then what happens is when you're sending that intention, it sends like a good vibration. When many of us do it together for the same cause or the same reason, now you have a lift that is happening. And what may be occurring in your home state that you couldn't be at? what could be occurring with those people is they make a statement like, we feel so supported. We feel so supported. Isn't that amazing? I think it's amazing. It's a beautiful thing. They feel supported. So let's take that just one step further, okay? Now, we don't all have the same beliefs. We don't all have the same types of communities that we're drawn to. That's okay. We are all still people. People as a whole want the same thing. Not everybody has to be on the same page. That's not what this is about. This is just to help understand the interconnectedness and a way to lift individuals or communities or groups at times of need. That's what I'm trying to convey here. So when you feel helpless, when you feel I want to do, but I'm not able to, yes, you are. You are able to help, and it matters. You do it with intention. I want that soul to feel at ease. I want to send peace in this direction. I want to send you some love in any way that you can take it in. Anything. It's the same way you send love to your loved ones in the spirit world. You can do that here. That, to me, is the start of the power of prayer. And I know this is a very introductory way to talk about it, but it's a start. Any way that works for you is the right way. How can it be wrong if you're sending good intentions? I thank you for listening, and I sincerely wish each and every one of you a good day, a good morning, a good evening, wherever you are in the world. May you have just a little bit of extra ease.